Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. How I love you so. I hope that you're all super duper well wherever you are in the world, my little beautifuls, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful passers-by, okay? I hope that you're all super duper well. And love to you all as well, my delicious babies. 3, 2, 1, there we go with my juicy little lights. Now then, I hope everybody's had a super delish weekend, okay? Because in my neck of the woods, in the old UK, sorry, my lights keep going. Sorry about that. In my neck of the woods in the UK, well, I've got to tell you, yesterday, oh, sorry. Please do excuse me. So I swallowed too much. Oh, sorry, please do excuse me. I swallowed too much air then. Right, well, half time I do not come up for air. Anyway, well, it was super duper windy. I mean, it was flipping blowing a gale. Then it had a bit of rain, okay, the day before, super duper windy, okay. And today, well, it was pretty chilly actually, right? Now, today, well, yes, you know, because I have my windows open anyway, okay? But today, it's not as windy. The sun has started to come out, okay, in my neck of the woods in the UK, okay? So, hopefully, it may stay sunshining, okay? Now then, I want to just give out a couple of bits of information, okay, because everybody should know me by now, you know, and this is, you know, what I like to do, okay? Do you understand what I mean? You know, well, I just enjoy doing that, okay? So the first one to look at, please, everybody, my delicious babies, if you do have a pen and a paper, okay, for those of you out there, if you do have any interest at all, okay, because when I give out information, okay, I do feel, I mean, I know I got it wrong once, but anyway, but these things happen. I did make my apologies for that, but, you know, so I'm awfully sorry. But generally speaking, I always like to give out what I feel is the correct information, okay? So, and this gentleman, I've just got to let you know, I found out about him, was it over 2 years ago now? And he actually went on to the Charlie Ward, okay, on BitChute. Well, at the time, what was Charlie under? He was under drcharlieward.com. Okay, now this gentleman, this doctor, his name is Dr. Robert Young. Okay, now as everybody knows out there, you all know me by now because I can have a rant and I can have a rave, well not a rave, okay? But everybody knows that I'm not very keen on doctors and I'm not very keen on nurses because you see, I know what true doctors are. Okay, I really, really do. Okay, and I've only, in my whole entire lifetime, and I must be honest, I've only ever met 3 in my whole entire lifetime. Okay, so that's that. So anyway, so this gentleman here, he's, and I mean, if anybody feels offended, if you're a doctor or a nurse, you know, who happens to stumble across me, well, I'm sorry that you feel that way. But that is my feelings, okay, because I've known many things over the years, okay, including what has been done to myself, okay, so I have my own feelings on it, okay, so if you feel offended, well, I'm sorry that you feel offended, okay, but that's my feelings on the matter, okay, and it's not going to change, it's not going to change at all. Okay, so I'm just letting you know very nicely, okay? So I'm not wishing to be disrespectful or offensive to anybody, okay? I'm just saying. So this gentleman, this Dr. Robert Young here, he's really lovely. He really, really is, you know, okay? And if you could just please write down, please and thank you. It's not very long, it's only 3 minutes something, okay? But, and some of you may very well value this advice, okay? So it's Dr. Robert Young's advice on removing lethal vaccine parasites. And, oh, that flipping EGT. Do you know, there's a man, I've just, sorry about this everybody, but I've just got to say this, and at the moment, this is like after 10 o'clock this morning in the UK, AM, right, and what he does, and I've got to be honest with you now, I find him most irritating, that man. Okay, what he does, he goes up in like this golf car. Now, you obviously heard that because my window's open, and it goes up, and it must obviously have some kind of a sports engine in it, and it just goes, you know, like this. Do you know what I mean? It wakes the rest of the bloody road up. No consideration, you know, for others. And mind you, see how it's gone dark again now when I just said that, yes? Because at the end of the day, he's got no consideration. And he does this late at night as well, you know. So I don't know whether it's his job, where he goes or what he does. But, you know, just go and get a flipping, your wheels. Go and get wheels that are flipping quieter. Do you know what I mean? Not flipping. And there's another one, because it's clearly not him. And again, this is a golf car. I don't know what it is with the golfs, right? And he gets, as soon as he pulls up, yes, so it goes up the road, and as soon as it pulls up, it goes bang, bang. See, it's got light again now. Do you see what I mean? It just drives you flipping crackers, and I'm trying to do a video to you, all my delicious little babies out there, okay, who I love so very much. So anyway, I'm just going to have to start again now, but I'm not restarting the video, okay, my little lovelies. Dr. Robert Young's advice on removing lethal vaccine parasites and graphene oxide, okay? Now, this is on BitChute, okay? And it is under, now I'm going to spell this out for you, my delicious little babies, okay? So it's X for X-ray, and then it's Andre. So it's all one, okay? So it's Andre spelt A for Apple, M for November, D for Delta, R for Romeo, E for Echo, and then it's W for Walter, and then it's X for X-ray again. Okay, so it's X, Andre, WX, and it's all as one, okay, so there's no space bars, okay? So that is Dr. Roberts, okay? It's only like 3 minutes something on BitChute, okay? So this is going to help you, okay? Now then, the second one that I need to, you know, and some of you will really value that advice, okay? So I'm not here to hurt, offend or upset anybody. I'm trying to help right now, okay? The second one I'd like you to look at, please, and it is on YouTube. Sorry. Rewind and start again. It is on YouTube, okay? Now then, what you want to type in, please, okay? And you should type in, please and thank you, killed, you know, killed by the NHS, okay? So that is killed by the NHS, okay? Now this is under, and if you look at the, you know, underneath, what, you know, where you could subscribe, it should say resistance, and then a space bar, and in capital letters, G for Gertie and B for Birmingham, okay? So GB, okay? So resistance, GB, okay? Now then, this is very interesting. Now, I also want to say that, how long ago was it now? Was it how long was it? A few years ago? Could have been a few years ago, okay? I actually And you know, silly me, I never wrote it down, you know, I never wrote it down, but it was something else to do with the NHS in my neck of the woods in the UK. And what I actually did was I actually sent the video to everybody in my phone, like my dear beautiful friends, my dear, you know, beautiful eldest daughter, you know, because obviously my youngest daughter was, you know, younger then, okay? And I sent something to do with the NHS, okay? And it was to do, and that was, I'm pretty sure it was a few years ago now, and it was to do with where it was being taken over, and I did send it out. But then, silly me, I forgot to flipping write it down, didn't I? You know, so that I could keep it, because I've never ever been able to find it again, you know, on YouTube. But that is so fascinating. Really, really is. Okay, but this video here is also equally, see how it's gone darker again. It's like, you know, it's trying to tell you something. Do you see what I'm saying to you? See, the light goes light at certain points. Do you see what I mean? But it's telling you there's a darker side. Do you get me? Now, this particular Killed by the NHS that I'd watched, which I have sent out, you know, to everybody in my phone, okay? The fact of the matter is that yes, it's very fascinating, because and what I want to do is I want to tell you just a little quick story. Okay, so I am going back some years ago now. I really am. I'm going back some years ago. Okay, and I used to have a friend many years ago, and she had what's called, which to be honest with you, not a lot, to be honest with you, would have really heard about this, because it wasn't really, shall we say, talked about a lot, okay? But she had what was called peripheral neuropath. So I'm going back how many years ago now? So I'm going back about, you know, if we have to have a look, about 18 years ago. And what happened was she had to, now with that condition, what happens is that the muscles, you know, in your, all your body, do you see what I mean? And bit by bit, it's really hard to explain, but bit by bit, it starts to break down, okay? So what happened was, like with her esophagus and everything, right? So she could drink fluids, you see, she could drink fluids, but she could not, you know, eat food. Do you see what I'm saying to you, like physically? So she had to have what was called, well, we used to call it a peg, okay? We just used to call it a peg. There's another word for it, it's peg, right? So it gets inserted, it's like a tube, gets inserted through the nose, okay? Clearly, you know, down the throat and that, right? But then you've got another one where it can be put, the tube, you know, inserted in one side of your tummy, okay? See how it's gone darker again, okay? So there's a point to everything what I'm saying. So she had to go to the hospital, she did. There we go. So she had to go to the hospital, she did. And yeah, and I was working, you know, I know where I was working at the time. And I said, okay, so I said, what I'll do, I said, I'll come and visit you after work. Because, I mean, that's what I spent most of my life doing, and Jesus Christ of Nazareth, our dear Creator and our dear, beautiful, dear angels. Thank dear God for that. Do you understand what I mean? I only ever used to go and visit rather than be the patient. Do you see what I mean? So I do not mean that disrespectfully to anybody, okay? But I've been very blessed throughout my life, and may I continue to be blessed. Do you see what I mean? But what it is that, so I went to go and see her, didn't I? And they had this, you know, on the table. Now, behind her, it said nil by mouth. Now, if anybody's been in a hospital, nil by mouth usually means you're not to eat anything. Okay? Well, really, if it's nil by mouth, it means you cannot drink anything either. So, I mean, that's open to question, isn't it, really? Do you know what I mean? Ding, ding. Right? But anyway, and they put this meal in front of her, yes? Well, it was already there when I'd arrived. So from where she was in a bed, yes, I went up to the nurse's desk, right? And I was polite. I was really, really polite, because normally it's not very often that you do not see me polite, and I'm going to be honest, but if I get a bit agitated, well, I can, do you know what I mean? Speak my mind, see it goes light again, I can speak my mind, do you understand what I mean? But usually, I'm usually calm and collected, I like to have a laugh and a joke and things like that, okay, but I also like to talk seriously like this now. So I went up to the nurse's desk and I said, "Excuse me, please." I said, "Good evening." They said, "Oh, good evening." Sort of like half couldn't be bothered. Do you understand what I mean? Attitude, well, there's nothing new there, right? For the ones who I've met. And I said, "Could I please have a word with you?" Now, my friend at the time did not know that I was doing this, right? I said, "I'm just going up to the nurse's desk." So they asked me, they said, "Well, I'll be over in a minute." I said, "No." I said, "I'd like to discuss it with you now, please." They said, "Well, what is it?" I said, "If it says nil by mouth," see, it goes dark again, and yet my room's bright. So I said, "If it's nil by mouth behind my dear friend," see how it looked like a camera, see? I said, "Then why has she got a roast meal in front of her on a table?" So they said, "Well, because she's got to try and eat." I said, "How can she try and eat something?" This is where I do get agitated. I said, "How can she try to eat something if she's nil by mouth and she has to have a peg?" I said, "So how does that work then, please? And thank you." So then the one nurse said to me, right, so this is where it gets a little bit now, right? Because, she turned around and she says, "Well," she said, "I do not like your attitude." That's what she said to me. So I said, "Can I say something to you?" I said, "Dear," I said, "I do not like your attitude either." I said, "And when I've asked you a question," I said, "I expect a sensible answer." Well, anyway, the outcome is that they still never removed the meal, which that in itself is totally bonkers, right? Because again, it's programming, isn't it? If it's nil by mouth, common sense, hello. Do you understand what I mean? Right? But then, my friend, well, she didn't speak to me for a bit, over this. And I said, "You know what?" I said, "All I was trying to do," I said, "was I help you. Do you see what I mean?" So I thought, I'll never do that again. No, I will not. But again, she fell into the trap, which so many do, and God love them all. They believe the doctors and the nurses. And look at the mess that the flipping world's in now. And these doctors, they're all so caring, aren't they? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, she and I, we did start speaking again. But anyway, it doesn't matter now. I haven't seen her for years. Do you understand what I mean? That's another matter. I just do not even go there. But sometimes when you try and help somebody, well, where does it get you? Do you understand what I mean? And I found that out flipping a few times in my lifetime. Do you understand what I mean? So anyway, not being disrespectful to her or anybody else, right? So anyway, let me get back to the matter in hand. So yes, we're hearing quite a lot, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? And even with my dear friend the other day, God love her, my dear friend Kaz, she's supposed to be having, hers delivered to her, and then the one at the pharmacy just flipping slammed the phone down on her. Do you see what I mean? Doctors cannot be bothered. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. We're hearing all about things, aren't we? We're hearing about an awful lot. Do you see? And it's not very nice and it's not very pretty. Like I say, there's been an awful lot now throughout this, over 2.5 years now, that's actually been exposed for what it is. Ding, ding. Yes. Do you see what I mean? I've had a few, I'll close my book now. I've done that. Let me just tick it off. Sorry. Okay. So, yes, we hear many things, don't we, about what goes on. But, yes, I would like you, if you would please, to listen, to, sorry, I've got something in my eyes, sorry, to listen to both of those videos, do you know what I mean? But yes, I've had my run-ins with doctors and nurses over the years, do you understand me? I really, really have, you see? And I do not always feel, I'm not saying that some of them do not go into the profession to help, so, because they do. I am not saying about every single solitary doctor and nurse. But what I'm saying is, when we lack no common sense, do you see what I'm saying to you? And things happen. Yes? And the one thing is like, with these great big, okay, that you can never, it happened to my dad. It happened to my dad. Now, the thing is, I don't know whether you've all noticed, but like, we have a dictionary, don't we? We have an encyclopedia, we have a thesaurus, we have all of these things, yes? And we have super duper long words, don't we? Okay, even sometimes I have trouble pronouncing, certain words, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying to you is, okay, is that, my dad's experienced it with his dear wife, God love her. Do you understand what I mean? What happened with her? And the fact of the matter is, just let me have a sip of coffee. Everybody knows I love my coffee. Please and thank you. This delish banging. Do you know what I mean? Anyway. And they send, lots and lots of paperwork. Do you understand what I mean? And my dad said, well, the thing about me, he said, is that, I know what it all means. Do you see what I mean? So, in other words, for somebody who feels quite overwhelmed, with all of the long words and everything like that, because that's how they try to tie you up in knots. So, ding, ding. Do you see what I mean? So, my dad went through all of that anyway. But it's so hard for anybody, and we've heard of other cases over the years anyway, it's so hard for anybody to put a case against these large, do you see what I mean? But we all know what's been happening over the years. Well, for the ones, God bless you, and this is not being disrespectful to the ones who are not, to the ones who are awake to all of this. I even seen a video years and years ago to do with the C word, and I posted it to everybody years and years ago, and that was on YouTube, but now you cannot find it. And I sent that out years and years ago to everybody. Yes, I did. Ding, ding. Do you see what I mean? So it just seems that there's going to be an awful lot going on. Everybody needs to start to watch the Flex, my little delicious babies out there. Because where before, ones couldn't, there we go, see how it goes dark again, because there's going to be a few dark moments. Do you see what I mean? But where, if you look at years ago, where, we go back decades ago to our beautiful dear Nana and Grandad, oh, God, I love you, dear Nana and Grandad. Good morning to you again, right? That's when we go back to their, different era and everything. Do you understand what I mean? Different decades ago. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Life was very different. Now, we can, because we all join together, we can do a lot more. Do you see what I mean? We can do an awful lot more because we all work together. Do you see? But you're going to find that there's going to be an awful lot going on, yeah? Ding, ding. Do you see what I mean? Because now, well, everything's just been exposed, isn't it? Yes. Ding, ding. Do you say? So, and it's been exposed more so than ever before. Do you see? And before I leave the video, I'm so sorry for rambling on too long, okay? But I hope that some of you out there, my delicious babies, okay? Because I know that for some of you, it is going to be difficult if you're going through different stages in your life, or you know somebody else who's going through something, okay? So I know it's going to be very difficult, my little beautifuls, okay? But please, I'm just trying to help here, okay? Now, I just want to say, flipping good on the Netherlands, yes? Flipping good on Italy, right? Good on flipping everybody. Do you understand what I mean? Because this is what we need to do. We need to rise up against this shite. And there's going to be more, you know. There's going to be more and more. This, I'm telling you, this is not over. It may be a war against us, because I personally believe that we are already in World War III. But what it is, it's World War III against us. Do you see? That's what it is. Okay? All they're doing is just adding, I do not mean this disrespectful to anyone, by the way, you know, with different things going on. But it's just an additional thing. So, ding, ding. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But the real war is against us. Okay? You know, every living thing. And I keep saying this, and I'm going to keep saying it, because it needs to be blooming said. Well, anyway, there's plenty out there, beautiful babies, who are saying it anyway. But I just feel that they've got more on their flipping plates and on their hands than what they actually realise. Do you see what I mean? Yes. Finding it very hard to control everybody, aren't they? Oh, and just to let you know one more thing as well. All yesterday, and this went on, there we go, see, dark moments. You know, yesterday, and this was going on for flipping hours, flipping helicopter, yes, another dark moment, helicopters for flipping hours. Well, it was one helicopter, actually. But this was flipping up there for flipping hours, it was. So I've no idea what all of that was about, okay? So, yes, so this is what's going on. And then one last thing. Sorry, I always say that, don't I? One last thing. Yes, you know, when we're seeing about another dark moment again, when we're seeing about what was happening at Dover and everything else, you know, and everybody trying to, you know, to go and have a little breakaway. But as we all know, for anybody who's awake to this, what the crack is, what's going on, you know, they're trying to go out of their way to destroy everybody's blooming lives in any which way they can. Yeah, ding, ding. This is what they're doing. Do you see what I mean? There we go. They're just wanting to flipping mess with everyone's flipping lives all the time. Do you understand what I mean? Not letting anyone travel. I've been saying this before anyway. You know, not letting anyone flipping travel. Do you understand what I mean? Oh, but it's all right for all of them to flipping dart all around the flipping world, say. The reason why it keeps going dark, you know, and I truly believe this, is because, you know what, we have that many dark moments, you've got that many dark flipping putrid, and in our flipping poxy flipping, I'm sorry to have to say it that way, now poxy governments and everything, bloody putrid. There's very few who actually care about their actual man and woman and child and babies and animals and birdies and creatures great and small and everything. There's very few who care. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, so you know what they're doing? They're giving us a run for our money. That's what this is what they're doing. They're literally giving us a run for our money. That's what they're doing. Do you see what I mean? But because it's, like I said before, because there's too many of us and there are of them, see, really what's happening is, I do not care what anyone tells me. They're very flipping, they're on the run. They're very flipping worried. Do you see what I mean? And this ding ding, this is what it's all flipping about. And trying to shut everybody's mouths all the time, you know, getting everybody to shut up. Well, why should we shut up? Why should anybody shut up? Why can we not just speak? and say what we feel. And if they had listened to us and generations before, years and years ago, well, maybe they would have ended up having a heart as well, and they wouldn't have treated us all so bloody putridly. If there's such a word, I'm sure there is, I'll check it. Right, I'm pretty sure there is. Right, but what I'm saying, because I know it's putrid, right, but anyway, but what I'm saying to you is this, you know, these are clearly, I said before and I say it again, they're from a different world. They are not from our world. And that leads me to say one more thing as well, it's just come into my mind. On BitChute, David G. Fogarty Mahoney. I like David Mahoney. Do you understand what I mean? He's a cool dude. Not in that way, you know what I mean? I just think he's a cool dude. He was talking to two other gentlemen, you know, and these gentlemen, and they'd said, apparently, a UFO or something has landed in Brazil. Don't know what part of Brazil. But David Mahoney knows Brazil very well, so he asked and they said that they'd, you know, explain it to him, okay, where it is. Anyway, I just thought I'd tell you that anyway. And please do not forget, everybody, you know, to go on to our beautiful and delicious little Alex Christoforo on YouTube, Rumble, Telegram, Odyssey, have to try and remember everything, and locust.com, okay? You can also go on to our lovely Duran with our beautiful Alex Christoforo, our lovely Alexander Mercury's, and you can also find them on YouTube, Odyssey, BitChute, Telegram, what was the other one? Locals.com, I'll have to remember it all. And also our lovely Gonzalo Lira, who you can find on Twitter. I've bloody forgotten now. See, I forget, you know, is it in my book? Let me just see if I can find it in my book, everybody, because that's what I have to do, flipping forget what I'm... Let me just have a look. Just see. Maybe I have to find him. Just a moment, because I write everything down. I've got that much writing here, you know, everybody. Where is it? It's got to be back a bit, hasn't it? Anyway, I know that he's under, it's on Twitter, and something 1968. I remember the 1968 for some reason, okay? You can also go on to, I'm still looking here, everybody, I'm awfully sorry. It's just I've got that much writing. I should really highlight things, you know, right? But I don't know. I cannot find you, little Gonzalo. Anyway, and if you could please go on to Mark. I do apologise. I just thought I was a rabble on to myself. If you can also look at Mark Christopher as well on YouTube. He's brilliant. They're all wonderful and brilliant gentlemen. Okay. And then if you could go on to, what is it now? Yes, davidike.com, wonderful davidike.com. And then if you can go on to our Charlie Ward TV, okay, he's on there as well, and he's on BitChute, and also our lovely David Ike, lovely Charlie Ward, well, of course, you know, lovely David Mahoney, you know, they're all on, you know, BitChute and that as well. Then we've got our lovely Nicholas Veniami, okay, he's on YouTube, and he's also on BitChute as well. So, you know, there's plenty of gentlemen, you know, and also, you know, our little Alex Balfield, yes, I mean, he gives out loads of information, but of course, you know, he's another one, you know, and then everybody gets kicked off flipping YouTube and everywhere, you know what I mean, because obviously we're having a bit of an issue with, like I say, freedom of speech, aren't we? I still cannot find you, little Gonzalo, you know, in here. I bet you I'll find you when I flipping... No, I'll definitely find you in a bit. Anyway, so that's the video, everybody. I do apologise. I do ramble on sometimes. But yes, if you could please just look at all these different, and Max Egan, you know, Max Spacebar Egan. Okay, and you can find him on YouTube, but he will be under something else as well. And I cannot find it all now. I'm awfully sorry, everybody. But you'll also find him on BitChute as well. So, there's that much for everybody to take a look at and to have a listen to. Do you understand what I mean? Because it's so vitally important that for ones who do not, because there are going to be some, my beautiful little babies that you are, who do not know all of this, but just to gain all of this information, because knowledge is power. Believe you me when I say that, it really, really is. And no, none of us know everything. Nobody does in the world, do you know what I mean? But when you know enough, you can rock and roll. Anyway, that's the video. I've gone on for too long, my delicious babies, but I just want to send much love to you all, my delicious babies. Whoever happens to stumble across me, okay, and takes the time to even listen to me, I'm very, feel very thankful and very grateful and very humbled, okay? And if you could please click on the like button if you haven't already subscribed, then if you could please subscribe. See, it's gone brighter again now, my delicious babes. I'm now going to start my quick reads, okay? So on that note, I wish you the most beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world, my delicious babies. Please have a wonderful time where you are, okay? Because I know it's difficult. I mean, I have my odd flipping wobbly moments. Do you know what I mean? I think I just get cheesed off really, because do you know what I mean, when somebody rocks your boat, it's not flipping good, is it? Anyway, so on that note, love to you all. Thank you to everybody on YouTube and everybody who gives that information, and do you understand what I mean, and helps. So there's and Infinite Waters, okay, so he's really wonderful. He's our Ralph Smart, okay, and Advancing, okay, but that's more to do with readings, okay, with advancing, okay, so he's lovely as well. Oh, he's so lovely. I mean, they're all just, everyone who I've mentioned is absolutely super duper beautiful and delicious, and I love you all. Oh, and Mike Jacko as well, who talks to Nicholas Veniami as well, okay, on YouTube and BitChute. He's banging as well, okay. So on that note, okay, much love to you all. God bless. Take care. I just keep trying my best to give out the information, okay? If I do everyone's heads in, their boxing, I'm really, really sorry. I'll just try to help. That's all, okay? So on that note, God bless. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.